Today we're going to do a video for the Deepwater Horizon Restoration Project. This video is going to be all about greensticking, how to set up the greenstick, how to set up your gear, and we're going to go out and deploy it and show you how to do it. Everything that we do in this video refers back to the PowerPoint that was designed to show everybody exactly how this is all accomplished, and you can refer back to it as you go through the video. We got the Greenstick gear, all about the gear, basically the rigging and the setup, and actually it shows you the separations of your lines, your color coding, and all your rigging. It shows you the setup on the breakaway attached to the boat, how to make a breakaway loop. It shows you the greenstick over, everything deployed, and how it's attached. It shows you here when the breakaway breaks, it snaps. You see the load on the stick. And in this one here, you see how the loop brings the whole mainline stick down to the pulley on the top of the reel. This shows you how your baits are laid out, your color coding on your reel itself. Your first bait is your longest bait. It has no color on it. It's not color coded. Your second bait out, which is your second longest bait, we put blue tape on it. So it's color coded. This is your blue leader. Coating on the reel itself, and we'll have all the colors on here, so they go out starting with your purple, working your way up. So you have your old baits all rigged up in the basket, and what you do is you make up all your colors stored in a bag of extras. This way, in the heat of the battle, when you got a lot of fish on, you got to get them in and out, and one gets screwed up or broken, you grab another one, snap it on, you're ready to go. Your color will match it, you know right where it goes. Grab them out of a bunch of them that you have extra, and you're ready to go. Another little trick, a little secret, is get yourself some of these rubber. They're really cheap. You can buy them a bag of 100 or a bag of 50. And all you're going to do is just stick it on the hook. It just has to be on there. It doesn't make any difference how. It just hangs on the end of it. So what happens is this hits the water, it creates a little extra splash. And believe it or not, if it gets pulled off by a yellowfin, usually you get them back in their bellies. Right. So you got a clip on your green stick coming down. And your breakaway gets snapped onto that, and then you got a double dog clip on this side, which gets attached to the main line. This is your breakaway loop that's attached to the top of this. When we put this out, this will go around the main line and snap back on. So as it's going out, that's the way it's going to look. When the breakaway breaks, this is going to be on the main line, and it's going to be pulled down to the pulley. So what I do is I put orange on both sides. There's no mistaking what you're doing here. You're always going to put the right bait in the right spot. This is good, except unless you're colorblind. These color codings really helps you when the bite's on and the fish are biting. It really helps you getting your gear in and out quick, because you don't make mistakes in putting the wrong bait on the wrong spot, and this way you're fishing a lot more efficient when you're getting them in and out quick. This one here, you don't put any color on, it's the flying fish, which would be the closest one to the vessel, to the boat. So you got your shortest bait, color coded, to your longest bait. So you get your blue, green, yellow, red, white, orange, purple. And they coincide with your setup. All your different colors. Here we're going to put the LD2 ball and the bird in the water. Of course, you know the bird is used to put a lot of pressure and keep the main line tight. That's the main purpose of it. You can see that bird creates a lot of disturbance in the water as well. Now we're going to start letting out our main line, and you can see the color coding there as we put our baits out. Throw them in the water, snap it on. Now you could get really good at this and be able to do it really fast, because what happens is when you're really into the fish, getting it in and out is important, because your main bite of your fish, or while they're up and they're feeding, sometimes lasts maybe 45 minutes to an hour at the most. So the more times, the faster you can get this in and out, the better you're going to fish. The more fish you're going to catch. Yeah, you got to be careful not to get any tangles in your leaders, your gangins. Here's your blue. Your last one out would not be marked. That would be a flying fish. In this video, we're not using one. We're putting this one on, which would be the same as a flying fish. Now we're going to get to the ring. And when we get to the ring, we're going to snap our breakaway, which is, we use that double dog clip, and it's snapped on, and you can see the loop snapped around the main line as it goes up. And that loop just swings there. And the way I designed that loop is it's got a hose around it. It's heavy, and it swings there. Now you can see Jay bouncing the squids out of the water by pulling on the main line. They call it jerking the stick. Get it on the back and jerk the stick. And this is very important. When you mark fish, even at 300 feet down, you start jumping them baits out of that water, just like you see there. And also when you're passing an oil rig, you do the same thing. You jerk on that stick. Now you leave that main line loop so you can grab it and pull on it. See the way he's pulling on it? And he's bouncing them squids out of the water. And them fish, them big yellow fins will come right out of the water for them squids. They're waiting for a bite. He's just adjusting his drag. Now he's letting it up there. And when we get our bite and that breakaway breaks, it happens very fast. But the main reason for that is when that breaks, there you go, we got a fish on, and that loop comes right down nice and slow and holds the load on the stick. And we're setting it up for another fish. We got everything back out again. We make a turn back on the fish. We get all reset up again. The captain's making a slow turn to get back on the school of fish. And this takes place in a short amount of time. And the faster you can do this, the more fish you're going to capture. He's jerking the stick. He marks some fish. There's a fish back there. You can see them in the water. He's jumping the baits. There we go, fish on. You see the fish in the back. That's holding the load on the stick. And we're bringing in the fish. Also now, to bring your gear in, it's very simple. You bring them in one at a time. If you're going to move to a different spot, you have a line on the side of your boat that you can just hook them onto to make it really easy. They're all ready to go. You hook your hook and your bait and you snap it on a line. You also make up a nice storage basket or box for them when you're traveling and you're not fishing. And you see while you're working, if you notice, you'll see the loop in the stick off to the side there. When you're fighting a fish, you take your loop off and you snap it behind you on the side of the boat, going up to the stick. A lot of times you'll get some of your leaders wrapped up a little bit. So all you do is, if you notice what he does here, he just takes it and spins it off. Makes it real easy. It's a little technique that you just get used to doing. If you got a good mate working with you, he automatically grabs it. You don't even have to look when you're handing that clip back. He's right there to grab that clip. If he's not doing that, he's not doing a good job. You noticed Jay doesn't even look at it. He unsnaps it, hands it back, he doesn't even look at it. The mate grabs it out of his hand, pulls it in. It's that simple. And your bird is in. You're ready to move to another rig or another spot, or that's the complete process. Is your baits all lined up there? To end this video, we're going to do a quick recap on what we did. We set the Greenstick up. We set the color coding all up. We showed you how to deploy the stick, put it out, bring it back in, and continue to follow the PowerPoint. That's really important because that gives you all the details of what you really need to know for all the complete setup.